Guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So apparently Alex Smith took a shot a couple days ago at Robert Saleh regarding the development of Zach Wilson, how that situation was handled. And he actually had a pretty lengthy quote. I wanted to read it off here. He said, "There's a different mentality for my career when you play with an offensive head coach that wants to light up the scoreboard and outscore the opponent. There's a different mentality you have, especially as a young quarterback versus a defensive head coach, when really the coach's mentality is, hey, don't screw up, don't turn the ball over, don't put us in a bad situation." That's a huge difference in a mentality and a mindset for a young quarterback, especially if it is a bit of a rocky start. Man, so first instant reaction here, just reading this quote, I gotta be honest, although I do see Alex's point and I do think there is some truth to it, I do have a couple of problems with it. Number one, I think it's a very anecdotal statement or quote. I think when you look at Alex Smith's career, I mean, think about it. When you think of Alex Smith, what do you think of? I think about that Saints-Niners playoff game, right, where Alex Smith had an incredible day. He won it in the end for San Fran. I think about all those regular season wins with Kansas City. It just seemed like that offense was flat out unstoppable. I mean, just win after win after win after win. Just insane seasons, right? The point is, you don't think about Alex Smith his rookie year. You don't think about Alex Smith in year two. You don't really think about him with Washington all that much. And we look at Alex's career. He can kind of relate and sympathize with Zach Wilson being a young quarterback stepping into, a bigger known franchise in the San Francisco 49ers as the number one overall pick, struggled early on, dealt with a lot of turmoil, dysfunction, multiple OCs, just couldn't really get it going. So much pressure on his shoulders. It just seemed like everybody would take shots at Alex Smith. This guy's not the answer. Why is he still out there? He sucks, blah, blah, blah. So he can relate to Zach here. And again, the question that I asked before, where do you think of Alex Smith when you think about his career? You think about Harbaugh, you think about Andy Reid. It wasn't until those 2 points in time where Smith just took it to a brand new level, right? That's where he really started having success. So, from his perspective, that makes all the sense in the world, right? That, oh yeah, when I worked with Andy Reid, when I worked with John Harbaugh, two of the smartest offensive minds around, two guys that, are considered quarterback gurus, that's when I really started to have success compared to the guys I was working with before and after. So I do understand where Alex is coming from, although I don't completely agree with it 100% of the time, and that's my other issue. To me, it's a bit of a blanket statement. I don't think Zach Wilson was horrible his first two seasons because Saleh's a defensive mind. I think there was a lot of things that were going wrong, like injuries all over the place, like Zach Wilson maybe not being ready to play, not having a veteran in-house early on in his career. Also factoring in that Mike LaFleur, not only was Saleh a first-year head coach, but going back to, when this all kicked off, everybody's rookie year, it was Wilson's rookie year, Saleh's rookie year, Mike LaFleur's rookie year as an OC, and it wasn't just first-year OC. It was first time developing an offense, first time calling plays, first time developing a rookie quarterback. Translation, there's so many things that have to get accustomed to. Is the expectation really everybody's going to be flawless? No, probably not. So I don't think Wilson failed or has been struggling massively because Saleh is a defensive-minded guy. Does Alex Smith have a point? Maybe this does play into effect here, for sure, but it's not the only reason. And another quick point, we can talk about outliers pretty much all over the place. The first one that comes to mind, Tom Brady with Bill Belichick. Who else? Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Tomlin. I mean, there's quite a few quarterbacks that have worked, that have developed with defensive-minded head coach. It's not, to me, this shot at defensive-minded guys, oh, you can't win, or you shouldn't go out and get a rookie quarterback with a high upside or anything like that because you're just destined to fail. I don't believe that at all. In fact, there's actually another quarterback, now that I'm thinking about it, that another young quarterback that came in with a lot of hype, a lot of potential, huge upside, first overall, that worked directly with Alex Smith's former head coach, flipped, but Cam Newton and Ron Rivera. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that had literally had no comparison, no pro comparison when he was coming out back in, what was it, 2010, 2011. I mean, I remember some of the comps at like the combine where it was like a more athletic Tim Tebow, a taller, bigger, stronger Tim Tebow. That's what people saying Cam Newton was going to be. So, you know, if you want to talk about developing a quarterback here, we have to bring Cam Newton into the mix. This is a guy who won an MVP, got his team to a Super Bowl. I mean, Cam Newton is going to go down as one of the better, definitely one of my favorite quarterbacks in football, and he developed under Ron Rivera. So I think, although I do see Alex's point, of course, it would if Zach Wilson was playing on the Chiefs, if he was being coached by Harbaugh, yeah, chances are he'd probably look a little bit better. But it's not just because Saleh's working on the defense side of the football the reason why Zach is horrible. Does it hurt Zach? Maybe you can make that argument, but at the end of the day, I don't think the bottom line is there was a multitude of issues working against Zach Wilson. And unfortunately, you have to say it as well. Maybe he's just, wasn't that good. Maybe he just wasn't that good. So along with all the other things stacked on top of him, working against him here. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Weird kind of thing. I wasn't really expecting to see something like this. But in any case, yeah, Alex Smith takes a shot at Robert Saleh because he's a defensive-minded head coach, and Zach Wilson, up to this point, has not worked out. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.